For 44 years, the regime in Iran has sought to silence the people of Iran, starting with silencing women's voices. Not only have they failed, others have joined us and raised their voices in support of freedom. Thank you so much to Freedom House for amplifying the voices of Iranian women through this award. I start, as I should, with the name of Mehsا, ژینا, امینی. In these 8 months of repression, bloodshed, and resistance in Iran, her brother's voice is with me every day. Mehsا was still in a coma when her brother told me, "I will shout Mehsa's name all over Iran." Today, Mehsa's name has become a symbol of the battle for the liberation of women from oppression in the world. We must never forget, in the past 8 months, at least 500 protesters have been killed. At least 580 protesters have lost one or both eyes, and thousands of Iranians have been imprisoned and tortured for saying no more. This regime of suppression also hopes to erase the historical and collective memory. Right now, the regime is trying to erase the memory of thousands of political prisoners that is massacred in 1988 by destroying their mass graves in Khabar cemetery. The fight of the Iranian women and the people to free Iran from this dictatorial, theocratic, oppressive, and misogynist regime started 44 years ago. Every year, there are more and more grieving mothers who hold up pictures of their murdered loved ones and demand truth and justice. In the face of such an inhuman regime, it is the Iranian journalists who have been trying to tell the truth and defend the right to know. I mention the names of Nilufar Hamedi, Elahe Mohammadi, Narges Mohammadi in prison, Mehnush Zarei, Nasim Sultan Begi, and Saeed Shafi'i in the court corridors, and all my colleagues in Iran who have not become the propaganda of the Islamic Republic and try so hard to stick to the truth as the only path to freedom. This has made journalists both leaders of and symbols of resistance. The Islamic Republic thought that by imprisoning and exiling journalists, it could continue to suppress the truth. But we, exiled journalists, will always remain the voice of justice by other intervention. Journalists and women have always been the focus of repression. The Islamic Republic has based its survival on violence against women and silencing them. This regime reigns death on us and on the world with deception and censorship. But we shout for life. In the midst of these shouts, I invite you all to listen to the voice of Iranian women who have transformed their hair to a symbol of the fight for freedom. Thank you.